Hi girls, so I'm gonna do these like little 5 minute videos to go for P5 instead of doing a live lesson, okay? Because it's a Saturday and I don't know how many of you would actually join. Okay, so P5, okay, asks us to describe to describe the impact of international factors on Tesco. Okay, so first things first, we've got to talk about European factors, okay? And then we've got to talk about global factors, okay? So there will be quite a few paragraphs, but you have to show the moderator that you know basically in depth what we mean by European factors, such as the expansion of the EU, the Eurozone, and the Euro. I don't think we're going to look at the European Monetary Union in that detail. The effects of the Eurozone countries in economic collapse or danger of collapse, and I think that's pretty much it, okay, for European factors. Then we're going to have a look at the global factors, okay, and that means BRIC economies, world poverty, stock market crashes. I don't know if we did do much of that. And then I think we will have a look at the WTO, and that's pretty much, and maybe war and terrorism as well, okay? The impacts of these factors plus these factors, we don't have to do all of them, but we have to do a couple of them, okay? So just so you know, these videos will stop every 5 minutes because this is how the program is, okay? So I'm gonna have to do a couple small little videos. Now, first things first, what is the EU? The EU is a economic and political alliance, union between 27 European countries, okay? It was formed, as you remember, after World War II, and originally we only had like economic cooperation, and then in time, from being purely economic, it evolved into an organization of states that also have a political union, okay? So basically we have European laws that oversee areas such as climate change, and the environment, healthcare, justice, migration, and more, okay? Education as well, and so on. So basically, the core like laws of the EU oversee these other issues as well, okay? Now, how has the European Union impacted European citizens and the European economies? This is not actually stuff that you've got to say in your essays, but I just want to give you like a bit of a background, and I know that we've done this already, but just so that you can remember things, okay? So, thanks to the abolition of border controls between European countries, people can move freely from one country to the other, if it's within the EU. Okay, so basically what it means is that if I am a person living in Spain and I'm a student, a university student, and I go and live in Germany, I'll be treated exactly like a German citizen. Okay, so I'm not going to have to pay extra healthcare fees, I'm not going to have to pay extra tax, I'll be treated exactly like a citizen of Germany. Okay, and the same happens in every single state of the EU, okay? If I want to retire, let's say I'm Italian and I want to retire in the south of France, I can do that and I'll be treated like a French citizen, okay? So I'm going to benefit from all the things that a normal French person would, even though I am not at all French. I'm completely Italian and British, okay? So that's what I wanted to, I know that, no, never mind. So that's what I wanted you to kind of remember, okay? And that is from the perspective of individuals. From the perspective of the economic advantage, we have the idea of the single market. And this basically means that we have goods such as any kind of product and services that move freely from one country to the other. Okay, so like we said last time, if Italy's selling pasta to France, okay, the cost of the pasta is going to be the exact same as if Italy was going to sell pasta from one part of Italy to the other. Okay, so in the EU, we have no trade barriers. I don't know if you remember what the word trade barrier stands for, but what you need to remember is just that from one member state to the other, you don't have to pay an extra fee on the goods and services, okay? And that has made it really, really let's say possible for these countries to never enter a conflict such as war and stuff like that, okay? So they are cooperating economically in the sense that you have no trade barriers from one country to the other. Now, the video is going to stop in 20 seconds, so I'm going to stop here. Just one sec. No, I'm going to keep going until it stops, actually. Okay, so, what do we mean by goods and services moving freely in the EU? Which basically means that we don't have any trade barriers, okay? So trade barriers are tariffs, quotas, and I'm going to go through those two concepts in the next video, okay?